Listen to me, there comes a point in your life when you gotta pull back. You gotta step away, not because you're bitter, not because you're angry, but because you're leveling up. You're not ignoring them. You're investing in you. You're building, you're growing, you're grinding so hard in silence that when you come back, the whole world is forced to respect the NEW version of you. See, too many of y'all are too accessible. You're always available, always saying yes, always showing up, but listen, presence without purpose is poison. If they see you all the time, hear you all the time, get you all the time, they stop valuing your time. You're watering yourself down. You're letting people sip your greatness like it's tap water when really you're champagne. You don't need to announce your every move. Let them wonder. Let them feel the absence of your energy. Let them sit in the silence where your voice used to echo, because when they miss you, they start to value you. When you remove yourself from the noise, they start to notice the sound of your absence. Sometimes you gotta disappear to make a statement. But hear me. When you disappear, don't go missing in weakness. Go missing in the gym. Go missing in your grind. Go missing in books, in prayer, in strategy, in building your empire. When you come back, you should be unrecognizable. You should glow different, talk different, walk different. Not because you want to impress them, but because you were born for greatness and now you finally believe it. Stop explaining yourself to people who aren't ready to hear it. Stop giving VIP access to folks who wouldn't pay general admission to your vision. You are the brand. You are the value. You are the asset. And when you start moving like it, the world will follow. So today, I'm telling you, pull back. Refocus. Go ghost if you need to. Cut the noise. Sharpen the sword. Level up in silence. And when they look around and you're not there, when they feel that space you used to fill, when they start to miss the presence they took for granted, that's when your value starts to rise. Let them miss you. Let your absence echo louder than your words ever could. And when they come looking, make sure what they find is version 2.0, upgraded, unshakable, undeniable. Let them miss you. Raise your value. Stop being too accessible when you're always available. People begin to take you for granted. Your constant presence lowers your perceived value. Sometimes you need to step back so others can realize what you truly bring to the table. Silence builds power. You don't need to announce every move you make. Grinding in silence allows you to focus, improve, and grow without distractions or unnecessary opinions. Let your results speak louder than your words. Absence creates appreciation. When you pull back with purpose, people start to feel your absence. They recognize the energy, wisdom, or support you used to provide. That space you leave becomes a reminder of your worth. Use the quiet time to level up. Don't disappear in defeat. Disappear in development. Use the solitude to build yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, and professionally. When you return, come back transformed and elevated. Protect your energy and vision. Not everyone deserves access to your journey. Don't waste time explaining your grind to people who aren't ready to understand. Save your energy for what aligns with your purpose and future. Let the new you speak volumes when you come back. Let your growth do the talking. A stronger mindset, clearer focus, better habits. That's what makes people take notice. Your value rises when you walk back in as a version they can no longer ignore or dismiss. Would you like each point expanded in Eric Thomas style too? Listen to me, value doesn't drop because you're not valuable. Value drops when people get too used to you. They forget what it feels like when you're not around. You so busy trying to be everything for everybody that you've forgotten how to be something for yourself. You gotta stop making yourself a clearance item when you're a luxury brand. You giving out your time like samples at the mall. Nah, you ain't for free. You're worth something and it's time you start acting like it. You ever notice something? When a product is rare, it's expensive. It's not everywhere. You gotta search for it. You gotta work for it. That's what raises the value. So why are you letting yourself be too common? You're answering texts in seconds. You're saying yes to everything. You're showing up even when your soul is tired. You're afraid to say no because you think that makes you selfish. But listen to me, saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you strategic. You gotta create space. You gotta let people miss your presence. Let them notice the room feels colder without your warmth. Let them realize the energy shifted when you weren't in the conversation. That's how value grows, not in noise, but in absence. When you're always there, people forget how special your presence is. But when you pull back, with purpose, not pettiness, they start to notice. They start to ask. They start to appreciate. So starting today, I want you to stop showing up just because they expect it. Start showing up because it aligns with your purpose. Pull back from places where your presence is no longer honored. Don't be bitter, be better. Be busy becoming the best version of you, and when they look around and realize you're not at their beck and call anymore, trust me, they'll remember what they had, and more importantly, you'll remember who you are. Let me tell you something. When I was grinding, when I was sleeping in abandoned buildings, I wasn't telling everybody about my pain. I wasn't yelling from the rooftops about my struggle. I was in the dark, working. In the silence, in the stillness, because that's where strength is forged. That's where champions are made. Everybody wanna be loud when they're winning, but real ones grind when nobody's watching. They sacrifice in the quiet so they can shine in the light. Stop needing validation from people who ain't qualified to speak on your destiny. You letting people in the nosebleeds tell you how to play the game on the field. They not in the gym with you. They not losing sleep like you. They don't know what it cost you to dream at this level. So stop giving them the power to speak on your vision. You gotta protect that thing like it's a seed. You don't yell at the soil to grow the plant. You water it in silence, you nurture it in the dark, and let me be real. Silence isn't weakness, it's not avoidance, it's focus, it's discipline. When you learn to shut up and show up, you'll start moving different. You'll stop chasing attention and start attracting success. Because when you don't talk about it, when you just be about it, your results will make all the noise you ever need. So today, I challenge you, go quiet. Turn off the distractions, mute the unnecessary conversations, go ghost if you need to, and in that quiet space, build, work, heal, evolve, and when you come out, don't say a word. Just let the world hear your footsteps coming. Because that silence you've been living in, it's not empty, it's loaded, it's power, it's purpose, and it's time. See, when you're always available, always showing up, always saying yes, they get used to you. They start thinking your energy is automatic, like it just comes with life. But when you remove yourself, when you take a step back to focus on you, when that phone stops ringing, when your text bubbles don't pop up like they used to, that's when people stop and say, wait, where are they at? And don't do it to be petty. Don't disappear to prove a point. Nah, you disappear to protect your peace. You fall back so they can fall into realization. Because the people who never saw your worth when you were standing in front of them, they'll feel it the loudest when you're gone. They'll realize the encouragement, the time, the love, the grind, the help, the prayers, the presence. All that stuff they thought would always be there. It's not guaranteed. It's not automatic. It came from you, so go ahead. Pull back. Focus on your mission. Work on your craft. Build your spirit. Train your body. Strengthen your mind. Let the distance speak the truth they refused to hear when you were close. Let the silence teach them lessons your words never could. Sometimes your absence is the only way to make the noise they were ignoring finally be heard. You're not punishing them. You're prioritizing you. You're not closing the door. You're building your own house now. So when they knock, it's up to you if you want to let them in. And trust me, When they feel that void you used to fill, they'll finally understand you were never average. You were always the one holding things together. Now they'll see it clear as day, but only because you were bold enough to walk away and let them miss you. See, when you're always around, they start treating your greatness like it's regular. They stop saying thank you, they stop checking on you, they stop clapping for you. You got so comfortable giving, they got comfortable taking. But value is built when presence becomes a privilege, not a habit. So when you pull back, not out of pride, not out of spite, but out of purpose, that's when people finally start to notice. You ever see how people act when the power goes out? They panic, they scramble. Why? Because they realize how much they depend on something they never think about when it's on. That's you. You've been the light for everybody else. But because you shine so consistently, they stopped appreciating the brightness. So now it's time for you to cut the switch off and let them sit in that dark. Let them understand what you really bring, and don't worry about who doesn't reach out. Don't stress about who doesn't notice your absence. That silence, that distance, that's the filter. That's how God removes the folks who were just benefiting from your presence, but never valued it. That's how you separate the real from the fake. Let the people who matter miss you. Let the ones who don't fade quietly. While they missing you, you're elevating. While they wondering where you went, you're becoming stronger, wiser, better. You're not gone. You're growing. And when they see you again, you won't just be the same version they took for granted. You'll be undeniable. You'll be unreachable to the old crowd. 'Cause the new you got new standards, new goals, and new respect. Let them miss you. Let your absence remind them of what your presence really meant. And most importantly, let your silence speak your value louder than your voice ever did. When I went ghost, I wasn't sleeping, I wasn't watching TV, I was grinding, I was reading, I was writing, I was praying. I was running, I was building the man you see right now. Because when you step away from the world, it's not about rejection, it's about refinement. You stepping into your secret place, your training ground. Your war room where pressure builds diamonds, where isolation breeds greatness. The problem is, too many of you want to level up but don't want to let go. You want to evolve but still stay visible. Nah, it don't work like that. You gotta say no to some invitations. You gotta cancel some hangouts. You gotta stop explaining your vision to people who ain't got the range to see it. And while they laughing, partying, playing games, you in the lab. You on the grind because you ain't coming back the same. You coming back with discipline. You coming back with focus. You coming back with a new mindset, a new walk, a new talk. When they see you again, they should be shocked. Who is that? That's you, the real you, the version of you that couldn't grow in the noise, so you had to grow in the silence. That's the version of you that trained while they slept, that studied while they scrolled, that healed while they hated. Let me make it plain. Growth don't happen in the spotlight. It happens in the shadows. It happens when nobody's watching, when it's just you, your grind, your God. So go ahead, fall back, but make it count. Turn off the distractions, lock in, go deep, build your body, build your brand, build your spirit. Then when you reemerge, don't announce it. Let your elevation speak for itself. You disappeared, but you didn't retreat. You were preparing for the next level. See, some people don't come to support. They come to distract. They don't come to push you forward. They come to pull you off course. And because you're kind, because you've got heart, because you want to see everybody win, you let them in. You let them drain you, but now it's time to wake up. You gotta start filtering who you allow into your space. You gotta stop letting people who don't clap for your wins sit in your audience. Let me tell you what happens when you protect your peace. You get clarity. You get time to think. You get the strength to move without noise, to grind without opinions, to build without sabotage. When you keep letting the wrong people around, you slow down your own blessing. And don't tell me they family. Don't tell me they old friends. If they draining you, you need distance. Period. Protecting your vision means you stop explaining your dream to people who ain't dreaming themselves. You stop trying to convince people who don't even believe in their own greatness to believe in yours. You wasting breath trying to prove something to people who ain't built to understand your purpose. Let that go. Lock in with folks who challenge you, who stretch you, who speak life over you. So from this day forward, I need you to make a decision. Who gets access? Who really deserves your time, your voice, your mind? Because you're not just anybody, you're a kingdom, a calling, a movement. And if someone wants to walk with you, they gotta respect what you're building. If not, they can watch from a distance. You don't need crowds. You need alignment. You don't need noise. You need peace. And when you start protecting your space, your spirit, and your steps, that's when elevation begins. See, people don't respect what you say. They respect what they see. Talk is cheap, and you've been talking for too long. You told them you were changing. You told them you were working. You told them you were focused. But now it's time to be it. Let the grind speak. Let the glow speak. Let the results speak. You want them to respect you. Then come back with something they can't deny. Come back with receipts. The old you was explaining. The new you is executing. The old you was accessible. The new you got standards. The old you was tolerating disrespect, laziness, excuses. The new you, you're moving different. You're walking in purpose. You're speaking with power. You're showing up like someone who knows exactly who they are and what they're destined to become. This next version of you has boundaries. You don't go where you're not celebrated. You don't waste time in rooms that drain you. You don't lower your light to make others comfortable, because you realize now you are the value. You are the brand. You are the engine. You are the fire. And if they couldn't handle you before, they sure as hell ain't ready for you now. So stop explaining your absence. You don't owe nobody an apology for going silent to level up. You don't need to shrink yourself for anybody who got used to the unpolished version of you. They had their chance to appreciate you before. Now they got a watch from the sidelines. You're not back to be liked. You're back to be respected. Let the new you walk in with quiet confidence. No announcement, no validation. Just undeniable presence. You were gone for a reason, and now you're back. Not just different. You're better. You're stronger. You're unshakable. Let that speak. Let that shine. Let that be the message.